Morning, VC. Jeff here. So I just wanted to go through a couple things. Went to a thrift store yesterday, and I thought, I was kind of in the mood to try, some thrift store, the kind of stuff we typically fly by. I was like, I'm looking for something different. But first off, now quite a few videos ago, I was showing how I pulled out my old VHS tapes, and I kept saying I need to go get a VCR. Well, at this particular thrift store, I got one. $7. It's a VCR, Unfortunately, it doesn't have a remote control, but anyway, got to get up and push buttons. Come on. But anyway, so I went back and started pulling out some of my old VHS tapes. And so I wanted to show a couple more, but the ones I was actually testing out were just the kind that I had personally recorded or dubbed over, or old concert footage that I dubbed over. But then I pulled out some of the ones that were store-bought, made and everything, and even though they've been sitting in a non-temperature controlled music room that, in the attic portion where it gets really hot, they all seem to play fine. So I'm glad of that. They are in the house. I've been in the house now for a couple months. But a couple more that I pulled out of the box to show. These are a couple, because King's X has been in topics recently with the vinyl releases for Record Store Day. But yeah, there's a couple here. This has got a bunch of, chronicles, just a bunch of their videos from their first few albums, the first 3 albums of videos. And then this is kind of like a behind the scenes story of their early history and things along that line. So that's kind of cool. And then my Striper videos. This is a video of the Expo 2000. This is the Expo before the band got back together and started doing it again. This is the original old Live in Japan videotape that we all started with in the day. And then this is like a behind the scenes with some of their videos from that time period, in the beginning. So yes, everything's playing on the VHS tapes are playing fine. Pulled out some old concert footage and was watching some of that funny stuff, just some weird stuff. But anyway, so on to the thrift store record section. I moved over there, and the first one that caught my eye that I thought, yeah, I'm definitely going to buy this, is some Jean-Luc Ponty, or Jean-Luc Ponty. I don't know exactly which way is preferred. So now I saw this, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm definitely going to buy this because I already have that on CD. And so I knew I wanted to go ahead and grab it on vinyl. And so I checked it out, and I'm like, wow, the record looks like it's in, it's in really good shape. There's not a lot of, wasn't even hardly dirty. No real fingerprints. I was like, this is in great condition. Then I get it, and I get it home, and I go to log it on Discogs, and I pull it out. I'm looking at the matrix runouts, and I can't seem to get it to match. And then finally, I looked, and I'm thinking, oh, Jean-Luc Ponty, a Taste for Passion, and this is the Aurora album. So ends up the album doesn't go with the jacket, but the album is actually an album that I don't have on CD. So hey, now I have something new, and it sounds great. It's in great condition. I'll probably give it a scrub, and it'll still be fine. But yeah, I was impressed. Somebody wrote on it there. So then I kept looking, and I saw a couple familiar names that I was sort of kind of familiar with. And that's what I was like, and all the records in this particular bin were 99 cents. So I'm like, how can you go wrong? 99 cents. You want to get something. So I picked up the Smothers Brothers. Now, for those of you not quite my age, I've heard the name. Back when I was growing up, these records are from the 60s. So this would have been before I was born, around the time I was born. But their name, they were comedians that were on different nighttime shows and variety shows back in the 60s and 70s. So I knew the name. I don't recall ever really hearing their material. But again, 99 cents, I thought, let's buy some old comedy albums. They also sing with folk type music on here. And again, I was looking at them and I'm like, wow, they were like in very good condition for being albums from the 60s, and I can scrub them up into very good plus condition. I grabbed another one. They had 2, and this is actually turns out to be just them doing the music. So every comedy album they did, they had a couple songs on there, but then this one is actually one where they actually just did music. So I went ahead and grabbed that. And then this again was, I'm like, I'm in the mood for some more big band, some more, even if it was classical that looked like it was interesting. But I saw this, Artie Shaw, and I'm like, I knew the name, clarinet player, big band. I don't have anything that I know of, unless it's on a compilation that I've got. I don't have anything by him. It's a double record set, and it's 99 cents. Let's take a look at the albums and see. And I pulled the albums out, and I'm like, wow, have these ever been played? I know some people are saying probably not because they're junk, but I mean, they were in such great condition. I'm thinking I have to rescue this for 99 cents. Now, the recordings are from the 30s, which intrigues me very much. But the album itself, I noticed when I finally got home and looked at it, the album set was actually released in 71. So it's not like these are real old albums. Like some of that Benny Goodman album I got, I guess, is from like the 50s, but it was, recordings from the 30s. But yeah, and then I got home last night and I just gave them a quick brush, just with the brush, not really cleaned them. And I put them on. I listened to the entire 2-record set, and it's just great. I love big band when I'm in the mood for it, which is almost any time. And some of the stuff has vocals, and it was just like going back in time and just thinking, and this was popular music back in the day when my parents were not even teenagers. This stuff was recorded. My parents were 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, so this would have been in the era of their childhood. And I'm just like, it's good music. It's big band music is cool, and I really enjoy it. And they sounded great for recordings from the 30s and for records from the 70s that have such great condition. They sounded great, and I was so glad. 99 cents for 2 albums, yeah. So I have a handful of big band stuff already, and again, no Artie Shaw. I have a lot on a CD, but now I have a few, a couple more on record. So yeah, it was great. Take a chance like that for 99 cents. It's worth it to me, because it's sometimes you feel like you're in the mood to play a little something different. But anyway, that was it. Got a VHS tape player now. The VCR works. I can play my tapes. I've got some new old music, and it's a great day. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will be back. Rock on and rock hard.